The man I like is AS and I am AS. So when it comes to intertribal marriage, it's not something that our parents are comfortable with. You are like monitoring your environment, making sure that no one is following you home. They will never show you when they are sad. What are your thoughts on sex before marriage? Have you read any book by Chimamanda? What's your favorite? I'm a true African child. The man is supposed to take care of the family. Hello amazing people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Mahtilda. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for let's come back to watch my videos. So for today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different from what I usually do on my channel, and I'm so excited. I asked you guys to send me questions and you guys came true. Like the amount of questions I got, the amount of juicy questions I got, like I am impressed, and I'm so grateful that you guys answered me because people do not air me on social media, so I'm really grateful. So this video, I'm just going to be answering your questions and giving advice because some of them here requires me to give advice on some things. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to give this video a massive thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Turn on that post notification bell so I get notified whenever I post a video. And let's get right into it because I cannot wait to answer your questions. So the first question here is, the man I like is AS and I am AS, so what do I do? I put this question on my Instagram and WhatsApp, and the amount of replies I got on this particular question. So the first thing I want to ask is, I hope you guys are not already in a relationship. I hope you guys are still like getting to know each other, because there are some questions you ask in the first stage of getting to know someone. What's your genotype? What's your blood group? Is anybody married to you? Are you married to anybody in any way? Is there anybody that thinks people are married? These are like important questions you have to ask. Are you mad? Does anybody in your family have madness in them? You know, all those very important questions, because people are running mad. So these are things you need to ask people, like when you're getting to know them. You know, when you're asking like favorite color, what's your favorite color? Be asking what's your genotype, because you don't want to go into a relationship or into, you know, dating someone and you find out that you and that person, you are not matched medically. So for this person, I'd just like to say that if you guys are just starting off getting to know each other, my sister, just turn. People should just be brother and sister in Christ. Just, you know, do about turn and leave that relationship. You really do not want to give birth to a child that is SS, because it's draining, like financially, emotionally, mentally. It's just a whole lot, and you don't want to go through that stress. You don't want to suffer your unborn children just because you are doing love. No, you look for someone else. So please leave that relationship or leave that anything. Just remove your mind from that relationship or whatever it is that you people have. I know that right now they have like medicines, you know, medications, all those things to help, you know, monitor if the child is SS before it's born. You know, all those long stories. It's really not cheap to do all those type of things. So to just ease your stress and just to prevent unnecessary story, because at the end of the day, all these things are just based on like scientific research or scientific proof, and sometimes all these science things are not like 100%. So you never can tell if the one you give birth to is SS. So just, you know, avoid this type of story. If you are AS, go to someone that is AA. Then the next question here is, I'm currently in the UK and I'm struggling to make friends. Do you have any advice on solo dates? Because that seems to be my last resort for going out. So yeah, if you're in the UK, I know it's a struggle, you know, making friends, going out, hanging out with people, because, you know, people are working, people are studying. It's just like a whole circle. You go to work, you come back, you go to work again. There's really no time for people to like hang out with people, to meet up, to link up with people and all those things. So I'd really advise that yes, you really should, you know, consider going on solo dates. When it comes to like going on solo dates, I tend to go on solo dates sometimes. So whenever you're going on solo dates, I would advise that, you know, you go to places that are crowded. Don't go to like secluded places. You can start with going to the cinema. If you love watching movies, you can start going to the cinema, and, you know, don't go like late in the night because you are the only person that is going. If you're in a group or if you're going with someone, you can go like very late in the night, but try and go like during the daytime when people are still on the road and when people are just around. So you can start with that, and also make sure that whenever you're going out and whenever you're coming back, you're like monitoring your environment, making sure that no one is following you home. So you can be walking home and then just try to be noticing anyone that has been following you at your back, or just be looking back and be making sure no one is following you from wherever you're coming from. So you can start with like cinema dates, and also you can also do like restaurant dates. So when it comes to restaurant dates, I would advise that when you're booking a reservation, that's if you need to book one, so try to book that the restaurant reservation is for 2 people, not just one. It just makes it better. And whenever the waitress or waiter should ask if the other person is coming, just tell them that they're on their way. So yeah, you can start with all these small things like cinema dates, restaurants where there are people in there, and just, you know, try to get comfortable in the whole situation. And yeah, solo days are actually really nice. Like, they're actually so fun when you go out on your own and do things that you like. They're actually really nice. So yeah, sorry about not making friends, but you can really start with solo dates. And I hope this advice that I gave will really help you. So the next question here is Android or Apple. Well, I was once an Android girl. Let me mute my phone. I was once an Android girl. I used to use Samsung, so I love the Samsung. But now that I've switched to Apple, I cannot go back to anything that is not Apple. I'm sorry. Like, I cannot go back to anything that is not Apple. Even like laptops and phone and headphones. Nah, Apple is just my go-to. So yeah, I love Apple products. The next question here is, what are your thoughts on sex before marriage or living with your partner before marriage? Okay, so I'm going to answer this question one after the other. The first question here is, what are your thoughts on sex before marriage? I'm a Catholic. I grew up in a Catholic home, and if you are a Christian or if you read the Bible, you know that sex before marriage is not good. That's just what I'm going to say. You know what the Bible says about sex before marriage, so that's the advice I'm going to give to you. And according to the Bible, you are not supposed to. That's just my advice. I don't have any other thing to say on this particular topic. So yeah, the next thing here is living with your partner before marriage. So when it comes to living with your partner before marriage, I'm a Nigerian, and in Nigeria or in the Igbo tribe, you have to pay like bride price before you're allowed to live with your partner. So this particular question, it depends. If you're just starting out in that relationship, I don't know why you're going to go and live with your partner if you're just starting out. I mean, are you homeless? You're not homeless now, you have a house. So please, I don't advise in that early stage of relationship you're going to go and live with your partner. No. But if you're thinking of living with your partner, maybe you guys are already talking of getting married and you're trying to like save because of the wedding, marriage, you guys are trying to move in together, all those things, then that one is understandable that you guys are planning on getting married. But if you're just in the beginning stage of a relationship, my sister, to avoid see finish in that beginning stage of a relationship, to avoid, because some men, when you're living with them, they say that they're feeding you all those things, they tend to like start misbehaving, tend to start moving mad. So to avoid all those type of unnecessary insults, stay in your house, stay where you're paying rent. So in that first stage of a relationship, I really do not advise that. But if you guys are talking about marriage, trying to get married, trying to save up for other things, and just the wedding and all of that, I would say okay, you guys can live together. I mean, you guys are practically almost getting married. So yeah, that's my advice on that particular one. Then the next question here is, what is your stance on salvation? What do you believe and who do you learn from spiritually? My stance on salvation is, I see like heavenly race as a personal race. You are not tied to anybody when you're being judged, because I believe that there is judgment day, the last day you're going to be judged. As a Catholic, that's what I believe in. So you're not tied to anybody. God is not going to judge you and somebody else. It's what you did on your own that they're going to judge you for. So I always believe that salvation is a personal thing, and also you cannot like impose your beliefs on people. So whatever they believe in is up to them. So yeah. And who do I learn from spiritually? I don't think I have like any spiritual mentor, because as I said, heavenly race is a personal race. It's not me and you that are running it. So I don't have any personal mentor. I don't have anybody I learn from spiritually. I just like to do the things I believe in and do it like that. I don't want anybody to tell me, no, this is not how it's supposed to be done. No, I believe that what I'm reading from the Bible and what I'm learning in church has helped me to build my stance on certain things, and just help in my moral upbringing. Then the next question here is, the last time I cried, what did I cry about? One answer for tears of joy and one answer for sad tears. Okay, the last time I cried, I'm not someone that cries easily. Like, before I cry, you have to know that thing is serious. Like, it has to be a very, very serious thing. The last time I cried, I think I cried recently though. Our life has just been overwhelming, and the Groceries side has just been, hey, I needed to cry and let it out. And the funny thing is, I didn't know when I was going to cry. Let me tell you, I don't know I was going to cry. I think what happened that day was, I was praying, and for that particular day, I started to do like praise and worship, and I was singing. There's this new song I found, and I love the song so much. Like, the song goes like this: I will pray, I will pray. I'm not a musician, so anyhow, if you hear my voice, people should know. It goes like, I will pray, I will pray, I will pray. If I don't pray, Satan will make jest of me. Something like that. The song is so nice. Like, I was so happy when I saw the song on Apple Music. So yeah, guys, that's the song I was listening to, and before I just started crying. Like, I was just crying, and I don't think that was tears of joy. I don't think it was tears of joy. I was just overwhelmed and tired, and I was just tired. So yeah, that was actually the last time I cried. And we are really getting deep into all these things. Even like I'm a busher, but yeah, so that was the last time I cried. And I think most times when I cry, it tends to be when I'm doing praise and worship. Like there's the way the song will just enter your body, and for you know, you'll be crying like a fool. So yeah, that was really the last time I cried. The next one here is, do you think you are part of anyone's high school trauma story? How? I don't think so. Do I? I don't think so. I don't think I'm part of anyone's trauma story, high school trauma story. So that's like secondary school, because the secondary school I went to, you're not allowed to beat, you're not allowed to flog or punish any student at all. So I don't think I'm part of anyone's trauma story, because I was a very chilled senior. Like I didn't have to punish anybody. Nothing concern me, concern you. I mean, you're not my responsibility. So no, I don't think I'm part of anyone's trauma story. The only people I really gave issues to in my secondary school were my teachers. Apart from that, I was not really, nothing concern me, concern any student. So yeah, I don't think I was part of anyone's trauma story. The next question here is, I have 2 boyfriends and both of them have proposed to me. I don't know what to do. First of all, sister, because I know that you're a girl, sister, you need to start like an online course on how to grab men, because how do you have 2 boyfriends that have proposed to you, and some people are looking for one man to propose to them and did not see, but you grab 2 propose to you twice? You must be a hot cake. Like you must be a hot cake. But I just want to ask one question though. How did you do it? Because if you have 2 boyfriends and they propose to you, how did you do it? Did you tell 2 of them yes? Did you accept the both proposal? People are really bagging men on the street. So well, at the end of the day, you have to choose one though, because you cannot marry the 2 of them now. I mean, the 2 of them follow you to the altar. You have to choose one last, and you have to choose one before they find out, because I don't know how you bag these 2 men, and I don't know how they're able to propose to you, but you shall have to choose one man at the end of the day. And I hope that the person you choose is the right option for you. And make sure you choose them before they find out, because you don't want them to find out that you're deceiving the 2 of them for it to even lead to proposal. So well, all I have to say is hurry up and choose the person that you want to spend your life with, and then return the other ring back, because I believe 2 of them give you a ring. Return 1 ring back and keep 1 ring or more. You people are really doing things on this street, sha. But yeah, the next question here is, every time I feel lonely, I start feeling like I should be in a relationship. But when I meet someone, something will just turn me off and I'll crawl back into my singlehood. Do you think I'm the problem? I don't think you're the problem. Maybe you're not just ready for a relationship. And I would advise that you should not start a relationship because you're lonely. Start a relationship because you're ready to be in that relationship and you're ready to be committed to that person. Because relationships in general take a whole lot of work. So you cannot just be doing relationship on and off. So make sure that you are ready to be committed to that person. So since the only time you feel like going into a relationship is when you're lonely, maybe you're not ready to be in one, and you should just chill and prepare yourself mentally and emotionally to be in a relationship. Don't just rush into it because you're feeling lonely. So when you stop feeling lonely, what now happens? You now end the relationship. It doesn't just make sense. So I'd advise that, enjoy your singlehood, in quotes. Enjoy your singlehood. Make sure that before you're going into that relationship or any relationship at all, it's something that you want, not just because you are lonely. Nah, don't just do that. I mean, you're going to be stressing yourself and be stressing your partner. So to avoid all those type of stories, don't just do it. So this one says, I'm an Igbo girl and I've been dating this guy for 3 years. I really love him and he wants to propose, but I'm afraid that my dad wouldn't approve. But if I don't marry him, I won't marry anyone else. What should I do? So when it comes to intertribal marriage, it's not something that our parents are really comfortable with, because in those days, Igbos marry Igbos, Hausa marry Hausa, Yoruba marries Yoruba, all those type of things. So some of our parents are still like trying to adapt to the new change that people are marrying across states. So I would advise that try to bring it up with your parents little by little. Try to like drop topics or drop hints, or you can even ask them questions like, Daddy, what do you think about intertribal marriage? All these little questions, and just get their stance on this particular issue. And from this question, it says your dad. So maybe your mom is someone who is open to you getting married to someone from another state. You can use your mom, you can speak with your mom, and then she helps you speak with your dad. Or someone that is just close to your dad, probably his sister or a friend. You can just, use them to, pass the information across to your dad. You can also, if you have like examples of people that are married to people from that particular state or from that particular tribe, you can use them as example to your parents that, okay, see, this people's marriage is also working. That means mine too is also going to work. You can also ask your dad what he thinks about people from that particular tribe or that particular state. One thing I want to say is that even though our parents do not really support the idea of you getting married to people outside their tribe, it's not like they don't love you. That's just their way of showing love. So it's up to you to try to just ease them into the whole marrying from a different tribe is not as bad as they think. So yeah, and I really hope that it works out for you when you tell your dad about this particular issue. So yeah, the next question here is, how do you stay motivated, especially on YouTube? This particular question, all I want to say is that if you do not enjoy doing YouTube, it's going to be hard for you to be on YouTube in the long run, because YouTube takes a lot of work and motivation and love, because sometimes you might be putting in effort and you're seeing that you're not seeing results for it, and you have to keep pushing, because at the end of the day, now who give up lose last now who give up lose. You never can tell if the video that you'd have uploaded after your last video would have gone viral or would have been something that would change your whole game on YouTube. Because the thing with YouTube content creation, it just takes one video and things will turn around for you. Like, it just takes one video. So how do I stay motivated? I just love doing YouTube. So no matter if I'm not seeing my results now, no matter if I'm not there yet concerning like my YouTube goal, I will just keep pushing, because at the end of the day, I love doing YouTube and just something I love doing. So yeah, that's just how I stay motivated. I love it, and I know that one day I'll see the results from all my efforts and all my hard work. The next question here is, how are you navigating adulthood? Is it easier since you're abroad? So this particular question, I don't think I have like a direct answer for it, because when I was in Nigeria, I was still in school, so I was depending on my parents for almost everything. But now that I'm abroad, I don't think it's easier. This adulthood is not easy. Like, adulthood is a very big scam. I remember that time when we were small, be like, when I grow up, I'll be eating 10 meats. That time your mother will tell you to take only 1 meat from the pot. You'll be like, when I grow up, I'll be eating 10 meats. I'll be eating 2 meats. Oh, now that you're the one buying the meat yourself, you're not eating 10 meats, so you're eating that 1 meat, yes, 2 or 3. There's really nothing there in this adulthood. There's really nothing there about it, because bills back to back, you are spending money, you are making decisions, you are doing this, you are doing. It's a whole lot. I miss my childhood, because then I did not have like bills to pay, I didn't have anything to think about. So yeah, I don't think it's easier being abroad. It's practically almost the same thing. And adulthood in general is just not easy. Like, it's not easy. You will finish solving this problem, and before you know it, another problem has started. So it's like back to back problem. When you solve this one, another one starts. When you solve this one, another one starts. There is no break. Like, normally we're supposed to have like 1 week break of no problem, no issue, and just chill. But now it's not like that. So yeah, the next question here is, my mom is on my neck to get married. How can I get her off my back? Can you really get an African mother or a Nigerian mother off your back concerning issues of marriage? Well, all I have to say is, you just have to find a way to endure this particular thing, because if I say you should speak with your mom, she will still remind you tomorrow again about getting married. And when it comes to like marriage topic, everybody's going to ask in Nigeria, especially if you're not married. Your mom will be asking, your dad will be asking, even aunties and uncles that you don't know will be asking you when you're getting married. So I would say just try a coping mechanism. Talk to her about your situation, whether there's anybody in your life, so that she can calm down. Because when you tell them that there's nobody in your life, at least everybody will calm down small and know that, okay, yeah. So I think you should speak with her and know that her asking you this question is not that she doesn't love you. She's just asking you because, as usual, they're looking for grandchildren. And there's really nothing you can do about it. They will continue to pester you concerning this topic until you get married. So you just have to know how to endure it. Whenever your mom asks you this particular question, try to change the topic or bring up something else. Or just tell her, Mommy, see, me, I'm trying to get married, but no luck, all those type of things. But you can never ever get this question off your back if you're not married, so just have to live with it. The next question here is, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, actually. I'm fine, thank God. I mean, things in my life could have been better, but I would just say I'm fine, thank God. Then this person is asking, I miss your travel vlogs. Oh yeah, guys, the thing with travel vlogs is that my passport is expiring in the next 3 months, or is it 4 months? Yeah, so I've been trying to get a new passport, and if you know the issue of getting a new passport in this UK, it is a struggle. So I've been trying to get a new passport, and it's just been, I hope I rectify it soon, because me too, I'm due for a vacation. I have tried, you see, this year I have tried. So once my passport is all sorted, the travel vlogs will be back. But for now, there are no travel vlogs because I cannot be traveling with almost expired passport. So yeah, don't worry, the travel vlogs are coming back. The travel vlogs are coming back. So yeah, the next question here is it possible to pay half of your school fees just working and schooling in the UK? I don't think it's possible. Ideally, I don't think it's possible, because the thing with paying half of your school fees is, even if you are working in the UK, you still have to pay your rent, you still have to pay your bills, you still have to eat, you still have to do so many things with that money. And also, as a student, you know that you're entitled to only 20 hours per week. So ideally, I don't think it's possible for you to work and pay half of your school fees, because it's just a whole lot, and the pressure will just be too much on you. So that's what I just have to say about it. Because if you're a student and you're working 20 hours a week, that's about £200, and £200 in a month, that should be 2468, that's £800. So calculate £800 and remove your rent, remove your feeding, how much is left for you to pay your school fees, how much is left for you to save. So ideally, I don't think it's possible for you to pay the half of your school fees just schooling in the UK, and just depending on the money that you're making here in this country. So the next question here is, what are you planning to marry you? I think the person is trying to ask, when am I planning to marry? If I say I don't want to marry, will you kill me? I feel like whenever people do all this question and answer thing, there's always this question of, when are you marrying, especially if you're not married. Well, when am I marrying? How? I will marry when the time is right. God's time is the best. Obviously, I want to get married, but when the time is right, you people will know when I'm getting married. So let's leave that question. The next question here is, how do you afford your lifestyle? I don't have any lifestyle. Before my helper will watch this video and think that I've made it in this life, please, I don't have any lifestyle. I'm not able to afford anything. Yeah, I'm still looking for help. Please, though. I mean, what lifestyle are we talking about? Is this same one that all of us are seeing shaggy? Please, I'm not affording anything. I don't have any lifestyle that I'm affording. I beg, for my helper will see this thing now, think that I'm alright. I'm not alright, so I'm not alright. The next question here is, I feel tired. I think God doesn't love me. My love, God would always love you. Things might not be going as you want, or things might not be going as planned, but know that God's time is the best, and God will always come true. He's a God of impossibilities. God is a God that never fails. Right now is not just the time for him to do that thing that you want him to do in your life, and when the time is right, he will definitely do it for you. So don't feel tired. Just do things to uplift your spirit, sing songs of worship, speak with your friends, speak with your family. Just do things to make you feel loved, but just remember that God will always love you. Then the next question here is, my man was 50-50. This particular topic is what everybody has been fighting for on TikTok, on social media, on everything. I just want to say, I do not think anybody should be doing 50-50 with anybody. I cannot be doing 50-50 with anybody. I don't think anybody should be doing 50-50. I'm a true African child. The man is supposed to take care of the family. The woman is your support system. Is that not how they used to say it? So I will support you, but I don't think anybody should be doing 50-50. I mean, the man is in charge of the house, is in charge of the family, so he should be the one in charge now. This 50-50 is... It's just people that want to sound woke, but I don't think anybody should be doing 50-50. If you want to do 50-50, are you guys already dating? Because if you guys are already in a relationship, that means he started doing 50-50 before you started dating. But if you are still getting to know each other, and you know that you really do not want someone that is doing 50-50 with you, I think it's time you leave that relationship. If it's something that you can endure, or if it's something that you can work with, then you can stay in the relationship. But if you know you cannot endure it in the long run, you better leave, because this type of person will continue to want to do 50-50 with you for a very long time. The next question here is, UK is boring, please how do you make friends? All of us are looking for friends, guys. Like, true, UK is actually boring, but I would say you can see friends on social media, you can see friends from your course mates in school, you can meet friends of friends. Whenever your friends tend to like invite you out, be going for all those invitations, all those gatherings. You can also meet people there. I know that yes, most of us are trying to like collect shifts, collect work shifts, work, hustle and all those things, but you need to create time for other things. So when your friends invite you out, go out, because from there you can meet other people. So yeah, you can also do that. You can also be on social media. You can type people in, let's say you're in Leicester for instance, you can type people in Leicester, or just type University of Leicester and see people that are there and just chat somebody up. When it comes to making friends, you have to leave your comfort zone. And yeah, that was what I would advise you when it comes to making friends in this country, because or else you'll be friendless. You'll be friendless. The next question here is, how do you plan your trips? So when it comes to planning trips, I already have, like, most of the time I have where I want to go to. I will go on TikTok and Instagram and look at those places, I'll look at those cities and then look for places that I can go to in those cities, because I'm not a vacationer. I think there are different ways. There's a vacationer and there's a traveler. I think I'm a traveler because I like to explore the city. So I'll look at those cities, then look at places to go to, things to eat, things to do. That's basically how I plan my trip. I don't just go on Google and look. Some people advise that you can go on Google and look for cheap flights and then travel. No, I always try to be intentional about where I'm going to. I always make sure that it is where I want to go to, not that I'm just looking for where to just go and hang around. No. So I tend to look for places I want to go to first. If the country is something I want to visit, then that's how I plan my trip. From there I look for hotels, then book flights. I tend to like book flights last, because I want to make sure that I have the places I want to go to, the hotel I want to stay in, before I end up booking my flight. I don't just book my flight first and then look for other things. No, I look at the itinerary first before I book my flight. So that's how I plan my trips. You guys, my battery just 1 bar left, so let me just quickly change my battery and I'll be right back. So I've changed my batteries and we are back. The next question here says, people my age are doing so well on social media and I feel so left out. Now I just want you to always remember that people on social media, most of the time they are packaging. It's fake life. Most of the time they are packaging. You don't really know what happens behind social media. So I would always advise that you should not compare your life with people on social media. So if you're comparing yourself with people on social media, most of the time you will not even be happy with your life, because you're like, I'm here, I'm still 20, you haven't bought a car, your mates are buying a car. Guys, if they tell you like half of the things, or the things that people are doing on social media, you cannot do half of the things. So let's just leave it at that. You have to like block out the negative energy from social media. If you know that social media keeps impacting your life negatively or keeps making you feel down, feel depressed, then you should probably reduce the time you spend on the internet. Like, you should probably reduce the time you spend on the internet, because the thing with social media now is everybody is trying to prove that they are living large. Those people that you're trying to compare your life with, they will never show you when they are sad, they'll never show you when they are broke, they'll never show you when they are feeling depressed. No, it's when they are in the club partying, when they are going to Maldives, when they are inside Benz, when they are inside limo. That's what they're going to show you on social media. They're not going to come and show you where they are crying. Although some people are still sharing videos of where they are crying, but most times they will not show you where they are crying, they will not show you where they are depressed and all those things. So you should really be content with wherever you are in life and just appreciate wherever you are. Next question here is, I love you and I love your channel. Oh, thank you so much. I hope you've subscribed to my channel, and if you've watched to this point, make sure you subscribe to my channel and give this video a massive thumbs up. The next question here goes, I have been in the UK since January and I have been struggling with my studies and work. Everything is overwhelming. How do I manage? I would say that you just have to find a balance between studying in the UK, working and having a social life. And even though you're trying to find a balance between these three things, you have to know that studying in the UK is your first priority, and that is what brought you here in the first place. Because if you are found wanting in your studies, you know that you might be going back to Nigeria, or you might be going back to any country that you're coming from. So you have to prioritize what is important to you right now. So I know that studying here can be really overwhelming and it can be a struggle, but you will get through it. If you're struggling with like your academics, they have like mentors in schools or people that can coach you or teach you. You can sign up with them and they would assign you to someone who would, help guide you through your studies. You can speak with like your department head, your what's it called, your faculty head, and they will definitely, pair you with somebody. So yeah, try to ask for help when you're in school. And the thing with this country is that once you ask for help, someone is always ready to answer you. Someone is always ready to provide help. So just try to ask for help in school. And when it comes to work, make sure you're not overworking yourself, because if you overwork yourself, you'll be so tired and so distracted that you will not be able to focus more on your studies. So just try to learn how to balance it up and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. By God's grace, you'll be fine. Next question here says, are you coming back to Nigeria? The amount of "are you coming back to Nigeria" I got in this particular Q&A. Am I coming back to Nigeria? You guys, have people checked the amount for flights? Have people checked the amount of flights? It's not cheap. It's not cheap to travel to Nigeria from this country. Like, it's really not cheap. I don't know why it's so expensive. Like, the money is not even funny, but am I coming back to Nigeria this year? We never can tell. I don't know yet. I don't know the answer to that question, but let's see how it goes. The next question here is, if you could speak to your younger self, what would you tell her? I would just tell her to chill and to know that everything is going to work out for my good. Trust the process. I should not be in a hurry. Life is one step at a time. Like, life is a gradual process. That's basically what I'll tell myself. Like, I should be patient and calm. Life is a gradual process. I will definitely get there. Not immediately, but eventually I will definitely get there. That's basically what I'm going to tell my younger self, to just calm down and take life one day at a time. That's basically what I'm going to tell my younger self, because I know that when I was younger, I always wanted things to happen immediately for me. Like, if I pray to God, I want to see 1 million inside my account. I want the 1 million to appear in my account. I don't know where it's coming from. I just want it to appear in my account. But I forget that before I get that 1 million into my account, I have to work for it. I have to, save. I have to deprive myself of some things just to see that 1 million is into my account. So yeah, I'm just going to tell myself to be patient, know that I will get there. And life is a journey. It's not a sprint race. No be first to reach 9 be the thing. No, it's not first to reach that is the thing. It's a gradual process. So yeah. So this next question says, have I read any book by Chimamanda? What's your favorite? I've read so many Chimamanda books and I absolutely loved them. I've read Purple Hibiscus, I've read Half of a Yellow Sun, I've read Americana. I think my favorite book has to be Purple Hibiscus, because the twist in that book, coming from, I think, the pastor's wife or the reverend's wife or something, but the twist in that book, no, that has to be my favorite, followed by Half of a Yellow Sun, even though I do not like the ending of Half of a Yellow Sun, because you don't know what happened to Kainene. Yeah, I think that's Kainene, right? I think so. But we don't know what happened to her, but yeah, I think that's my favorite. Then Americana. Next question here is, where are some countries I would like to visit? So right now, the countries on my list are mostly countries in the EU, because it's easier to travel to like EU countries when you're in the UK, because it just, flight is cheaper, hotel is cheaper, to get the visa too is also very easy. You just have to present them your documents, and most of the time you get the visa. So like, visa is guaranteed, and it's just close to the UK because all of them are in the EU. So the countries now that I would love to visit is basically the EU countries. So yeah, I think I am done answering your questions, and yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I enjoyed filming this with you guys and answering some of your questions. Probably we'll be doing this more often on this channel. We never can tell, fingers crossed. I did not want this video to be so long, so I hope it's not more than 20-30 minutes max. So yeah, if you have watched up to this point, I hope that you've subscribed to this channel and also liked this video, and I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Do not forget to take care and stay safe. Bye guys.